Performance Philosophy Manifesto. This is a manifesto for performance philosophy. Best spoken in mid-flight at dusk, the owl of Minerva at one's back, and with aviator's cap, knocking over the canny and prizing upon the uncanny, as Heidegger says. Philosophy is an embodying practice, thesis 1. This is a disguised philosophical speech act. I hereby baptize this with a name. What we cannot speak about we must pass not over in silence. Against Wittgenstein, : philosophical knowledge is generated when the medium of representation is changed. Thesis 2. Like the material states of fragments of philosophical text to be spoken and demonstrate upon the present one, : Oh, who can be? Give me! Here. That's great.
Bad weather conditions.
Due to the process character of knowledge acquisition, philosophy performances render transparent the provisional nature of truth. Thesis 3. No fire. And in this very moment, of course, quote Benjamin or Adorno, truth is consolation in becoming. So you could say that this is a manifesto for burning philosophical slogans. The Performance Philosophy Manifesto, a manifesto vanishing into smoke and ash, a pyrotechnical speech experiment meant to refer the precisely this moment, thereby exploring the contextual criteria of meaningfulness for philosophical theories. Thesis 4, for the sake of greater clarity, now chanting. This is a moment of philosophy, and philosophy performance make transparent how philosophy is done, and open up new perspectives for the broadening of philosophical practices. Thesis 5, and witness just how this manifesto broadens philosophical practice and become a burnt piece of paper and smoke inducing fits of coughing when being recited. Philosophy performances show that philosophy must continually reinvent itself. Thesis 6, this is a croaking speech. For the author himself, however, there remains the urgent need to speak in just the right language at each of the different stations on the of the philosophical path. Overrated. This Heidegger sentence, as usual, but ironical, turned into the right language in order to incorporate it. Philosophy is karaoke and text comprehension in the search of time. To come to thesis 7, philosophy performances make manifest the ludic and enigmatic character of philosophy. And with the aid of this performance philosophy manifesto, to point out that irony is the effector of knowledge, and that we are now taking up the old battle between the logic and the rhetoric of philosophical cognizance in a new way. Thesis 8. And that this manifesto is clearly a reissue of Hölderlin, Schelling and Hegel anyway. And just for that reason, quote from the oldest system program of German idealism. Thus, the philosophy of spirit is an aesthetic philosophy, which summarize approximately thesis 9. And whether this really has to do with confusing people or craziness or art or none of the above is for you to decide. To end with thesis 10, because thesis 10 of the Performance Philosophy Manifesto is you. I quote, philosophy performances can only be realized in interaction with the observer, the participant, the spectator. When they work, they embrace both my thoughts and the public's. And now burning.